friends, today I'm going to tell you a topic called user-defined variables on Pentaho PDI, Pentaho Data Integration Kit, whatever you call. So basically, let's say consider a use case where we are doing so many operations on a database we are connecting to, or else maybe we are connecting to the various data sources, and where you need to define all the connection details. And every time if you are creating a transformation or job, and you might have so many transformation job in your ETL, so every time you are going to create a connection and do your ETL. Let's say one case where you need to change that host name or maybe the DB name. So if you have 100 transformation or 100 jobs in your ETL, and if you want to change the DB name on each of the 100 transformations or job, so in that case you need to edit each and every transformation 100 times and update the DB name. So that would be a very much time consuming. But if you are defined that DB name as a variable, just you need to change only at once in a configuration file, that's it needed. So everywhere get affected that updated value. So that's where the user defined variables comes into picture. So uh, if mainly the user defined variables are mainly useful when we have uh, you know values or parameters, whatever you call. If you want to use them repeatedly, and maybe those values maybe changes over a period of time, and something changes dynamically, variables basically, if the variables are getting changes dynamically, so in that case we use user defined variables. And today I'm going to tell you how we can create user defined variables. And in my case, I'm connecting to my local database and just reading one CSV file and dumping the CSV data into one of the tables, and by using a user defined variables. So basically I'm using user defined variables to connect to the database, because what I do is I define those variables and values in a configuration file, and I'll set them as a variable and set the variables with the values defined in a configuration file. That's how we do the user defined variables in Pentaho PDI. And let's see how I can do that. So first of all, I'll show you what I'm using there. So so this is my configuration file. If you see, if you see so I'm using XML file to define all the variables and its values. So you can use any file which has like a CSV file, or maybe a YAML file, or an XML file, so that you can define those values as variables and in your transformations and jobs. So here I'm using XML file. So if you see here, I defined variables called hostname, DB, and port, username, and password. So this is my local MySQL DB, and so I defined these variables, hostname. So let's say I have 100 transformations defined on my local database, each one doing some other operations. Someday, let's say if this database got changed something due to PDI to something else, so if those values are not defined as variables, so I need to edit each and every transformation 100 times. 100 transformation need to be edited and update that value. If the variable if the database connection is given as static. If the database connection is given as user defined variables, and just you need to change that variable value in the configuration file, and everything rest will be taken care with the defined variables. uh, okay, so this is the configuration file I use for connecting to the local database. And what I do is, this is the this is test data. So I just took one CSV file called one ID and name, patient 123. It's just dummy data. And what I do is I'll um, I'll I take this data and I dump the CSV data into our database table by using user defined variables as a connection details. Let's give it that. Uh, First of all, you need to read that CSV for that. So how I'm gonna do here is I'm creating a transformation. So as I define those variables in a CSV file, I'm reading CSV file. So with CSV input, I can read that file. So what I do here is copy. You can just browse or just copy and paste here, and you can browse right away. And what is test.csv? So this is the test.csv. User define variables, and what's that? Oh, it is XLS. Come on, I forgot. So I defined these variables in XML file. So I should take XML file. Sorry about that. So XML input. It's not a string. Get data from XML. So file browse set variables config.xml file and add it, and in the lookup loop excel path and just config, this should be there, and go to file, and for testing you can preview the rows. Nothing has come because regex dot dot. Just delete that and add it once again, and content is config, and add it here. Let's say go to field, and now it has come. Field db port and all. So let me check preview rows once again. Yeah, now it has come because I didn't get those fields before, so that's why the variables doesn't appear here. So now you can see all the variables, all the variables and its values are coming here. So localhost, db name, and user port. So now with this, you can see with this I'm reading a data in from XML file. So what I'm going to do is then now select select values. With the select values also I set, you know, all these variables. First get fields to select, and you can, if you want to remove anything from the string, you can remove here, and the metadata get fields. Just select OK. Now set variables. Set variables. Now I'm going to set all the selected values as a variables. So get fields. So you can see this field is defined as variable, this one. This field is defined as variable, this one. This field is defined as this one. So these are the fields and these are the variables that are getting set. Now save. I can save this as set variables XML. Okay, set variables XML. So let's do create one more variable. So till here we are reading XML file and we are selecting all the values and setting them as variables. Now what we're gonna do is a transformation. Let's create one more transformation where we dump this XML data into, you know, into one of the tables on the database. So for that, what I do is I do read a CSV file, browse. What I do is I do read patients.csv data, where I can show you that patient.csv here. So this data, so I'm going to dump this data into your table. For that, just I'm reading this, you can see how. So with CSV input we are going to read CSV data, CSV input and comma delimiter and enclosed in this one, and you can get fields here. Oh, not a file. Just browse this once again. Now you can get it. ID and integer, this one, and the name string patient 1 and 2. So that's how it got. Preview the rows is this one. So it's reading the content of CSV correctly. Then we are reading here the CSV file. Now whatever the data we are reading from CSV, now we are dumping that CSV data into a table. So for that I'm taking table output. And sorry, so give a new connection, table output, new connection, and okay, my local database is MySQL developer edition, and connection details is localhost YouTube PDI, and username and password. Give a connection name, any name you want. Test it. Now the connection is test. Okay, and the target schema is YouTube PDI table, patients table. So the data is already there. Let me truncate you before I truncate table patients. truncated. Let's commit the data as well. So the table is patients. You can browse the table here, or else if you want, you just copy paste the table name and specify the data phase fields. See, these fields are grayed out because you didn't check this field. If you specify this, it will allows you to get the fields and map them input stream to output stream. So get fields and enter mapping. So kettle has intelligence to maps which are mapping, you know, when the input stream name is mapping with output stream name, so both are same, so that's why it is already getting mapped. If something different, so might have been here itself. Okay, now it's, and you can change the commit size if you want. Okay, click OK, then Control S, done. CSV data. Now you can run this data. So before that, you can check this table. So nothing here. So with the detailed run, now you can see 5 records are there. Now you can go ahead and read this. Now you can see 5 records are has been dumped. So now where are we using these user defined variables now? So for that, what I'm planning is, so if these connection details are defined as user defined variables, so let's say I have a static, I'm connecting to the MySQL local database, and I given these connection details as as a static variables. Let's say I have such transformation, 100 transformations are there in my ETL. So if someday, if my database got changed, so maybe the username got changed, so in that case I need to edit all those 100 transformations and update the updated value, maybe the DB name, username, password. So to avoid that, so what I do here is I'll edit this each static variable with you know the variable we defined in reading XML file. So for before that, go to your set variable XML and copy all these: host name, DB, port, user, and pass. So these are the variables we are going to use in further. So host name, DB, port, user, and pass. So keep them aside. Copy in your text box, maybe somewhere else as your convenience, and go to your transformation where the data is dumped from CSV data, and edit the connection details. Now to define them as variables, there is a syntax to be used: dollar bracket variable name close. So first dollar bracket variable name and close bracket, and dollar bracket db close bracket, dollar bracket port close bracket, dollar bracket user. Still here you can write the variable name, because as it is mentioned as password, it simply shows only the dots, but still you can type the variable here: dollar bracket pass. Save them. You cannot test here because these are already defined as variables, so these will be available only after those after only after these variables has been set. Okay, let's save it. how we can set these variables before running this transformation. So our plan is to first run this transformation so that all the variables will be set. After this variables has set, run this transformation. So for that I'm going to take a job where let's start the job and let's first hit transformation, then one more transformation. The first transformation would be, you know, setting all the variables, and the second transformation would be setting, you know, sending the data from CSV to table. So before that, as I'm going to truncate this data once again so that we can test this data running from a transformation where the user defined variables are set. So for that, first browse the transformation. So set variable XML, okay, and the second transformation is dump CSV data. Save this transformation. User defined variables job. So let's confirm this once again. So you don't have any data here on the table, and let's run this. Go with the log level detailed run transformation. It's done. So if you see the log, so before those variables will be set here. So here we are reading the XML file, and you can see somewhere the variables will be set. Oh, we got an error here. But it says that the data has been dumped. Maybe that log is, you know, previously what while we are doing the, maybe that error was previously generated while we are given the XML file as a run. So let's confirm here, and once again, okay, the data is dumped. Let me truncate for you confirmation once again so that you can have a confirmation that the data is done. So ID and name, nothing here, and let me clear the log, run it. You can see here first here first it is running config.xml file, and it is reading the content, and it is setting variable like hostname is localhost, db is beautypdi, port is 3306, user and password. So that is how it sets those variables. So that's how we are going to use these variables here. So, and one more note here is, so while you are setting variables, you get one, you know, at warning. So please remember that the variables you define with this step can't be used in the same transformation. What it's saying is, when you're setting variables in the transformation, so you cannot use these variables in the same transformation. Like if you, let's say you are having one more, one more component here, and you want to use those variables, so you cannot use these variables here because because it is restriction over there. So that's why we are define we are running though we are running these two individual transformation in a job, so that you can set the other way, you can set these variables in this transformation, and use this user variables or user defined variables in the other transformation. So that's how it works. I hope you understand how user defined variables are useful while doing ETLs or maybe automations in Pentahopedia or maybe Kettle. That's all for the day. uh, if you have any doubts or maybe concerns about this, yes, you can comment here. Thank you.